abhorrent act of desecration of the Holy Quran during rallies in Sweden, and the offensive remarks made by a Dutch politician attacking Islam and the Muslim holy month of Ramadan. Pakistan's concerns have also been conveyed to the authorities in Sweden and the Netherlands. We call on the international community to come together to counter Islamophobia and to demonstrate solidarity and commitment to the ideals of building peaceful and harmonious societies. Ladies and gentlemen, on the eve of Baisakhi celebrations, the Pakistan High Commission in New Delhi issued over 2,200 visas to Sikh pilgrims from India to participate in the annual festival held in Pakistan from 12th to 21st of April. The visas issued from New Delhi were in addition to the visas granted to Sikh pilgrims participating in these events from other countries of the world. The pilgrims visited revered sites like Panja Sahib, Nankana Sahib and Kartarpur Sahib. Pakistan takes immense pride in preserving sacred religious places and providing necessary facilitation to the visitors. Marking the occasion, the Prime Minister also accorded a warm welcome to the Sikh pilgrims and a spiritually fulfilling yatra. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan has welcomed the establishment of Yemen's Presidential Leadership Council upon the successful conclusion of the GCC-hosted intra-Yemeni dialogue in Riyadh and the UN Special Envoy's announcement of a truce in Yemen. Pakistan considers this an important step in the right direction that will help promote comprehensive political solution to the Yemeni crisis. Pakistan expresses deep concern over the recent spate of terrorist attacks in various parts of Afghanistan over the last few days. The heinous attacks include bomb blasts at mosques in Mazar-e-Sharif and IED blasts in Kabul, Jalalabad, Kunduz and other places. The government and the people of Pakistan extend deepest sympathies and condolences to the families of those who have lost lives in these terrorist attacks and pray for speedy recovery of those injured. The people of Pakistan stand in strong solidarity with their Afghan brothers in this time of grief. The situation in occupied Palestinian territories is of grave concern. Pakistan strongly condemns the raid on Al-Aqsa Mosque and the assault on worshippers, especially during the holy month of Ramadan. This is an egregious violation of all humanitarian norms and human rights laws. In recent weeks, Israeli forces have killed dozens and injured countless Palestinians in the occupied East Jerusalem and other areas. We pray for the earliest recovery of those injured. Pakistan also calls upon the international community to take urgent steps to protect innocent Palestinian lives and specifically uphold international law and principles of the UN Charter. The extraordinary meeting of the OIC Executive Committee is being held in Jeddah today, I think right now as we speak, to discuss the ongoing Israeli aggression. Pakistan is participating in the meeting as current chair of OIC CFM and member of the Executive Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, from one situation of occupation to another, we are also keeping a close watch on the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. You have seen our statement rejecting Indian Prime Minister's staged visit to IIOJK on 24th April. That was yet another ploy to project fake normalcy in the occupied territory. Since 5th August 2019, the international community has witnessed many such desperate attempts by India to divert attention from the actual underlying issues in IIOJK, including Indian state-sponsored terrorism, as well as widespread violations of human rights and international humanitarian law. It is not surprising, therefore, that while the Indian Prime Minister was on his brief visit to Jammu, under a heavy security cover, the people of IIOJK were observing a Black Day as an expression of the rejection of India's mischief and illegal policies. You have also seen protests and demonstrations in AJK and other places. Pakistan has also strongly condemned the laying of foundation stones for the construction of the Ratle and Kawar hydroelectric projects on Chenab River in IIOJK, and has called upon India to fulfill its obligations under the Indus Waters Treaty and refrain from taking any such steps which are detrimental to the IWT framework. Pakistan will continue to extend all possible support to the Kashmiris in their just struggle for the right to self-determination as pledged to them by various resolutions of the UN Security Council. Pakistan salutes the Kashmiris as they remain undaunted in their determination to stand against India's oppressive occupation. Extrajudicial killings continue unabated in IIOJK. During last week, in staged cordon and search operations, 7 more Kashmiri youth embraced martyrdom in Shopian and Baramulla districts. Regretfully, 3 more innocent Kashmiri lives have been taken away in Pulwama just yesterday. For the international community, it is extremely alarming that more than 580 innocent Kashmiris have been martyred by the Indian occupation forces since August 2019. This streak of armed Hindutva majoritarianism is also spreading fast inside India, particularly during the holy month of Ramadan. This is exemplified by the senseless vandalization and burning of more than 40 houses of Muslim community in Rajasthan, bulldozing of Muslim-owned properties in New Delhi, attempts to hoist the saffron flag and undertake derogatory, provocative sloganeering at the Jamia Masjid, brandishing of weapons by the procession of Hanuman Shobha Yatra and the Ram Navami riots across Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. These despicable incidents have reignited the horrific memories of the Delhi pogrom of February 2020 that was aimed to discriminate, dispossess, and dehumanize the Muslim community. These incidents also reveal the gravity of the state-sanctioned hysteria and hatred in India against Muslims. Pakistan calls upon the international community to take immediate notice of the worrying level of Islamophobia in India and impress upon India to prevent systematic human rights violations against minorities, particularly Muslims. Pakistan also categorically rejects the malicious Indian propaganda regarding the alleged use of Kartarpur corridor for business meetings. It is obvious that this concoction is part of India's deliberate smear campaign seeking to undermine Pakistan's historic initiative of opening the Kartarpur Sahib corridor for Sikh pilgrims from India and around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, in concluding, let me note that in keeping with Pakistan's robust and proactive engagement at the multilateral fora, Pakistan has been re-elected earlier during the month to the United Nations Committee on Non-Governmental Organizations for the 7th time in New York. With this, I conclude my remarks and I'm ready to take your questions.
मिलियन रुपए की जो मैंने बताया ताकि वो बचत बाज़ारों में हम 40 रुपए किलो आटा दे सके। घी